Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to draw this cute snail. You can draw this on your iPad using Procreate. I'll guide you step by step in a very easy way. Make sure you stay until the end of the video to see how the final drawing looks, and you will also learn some simple and fun drawing techniques. Let's start. First, I draw the basic sketch of the snail using the basic brush. The brush I'm using is called Jagger. The brush comes from the basic brush library. So now my basic sketch of the snail is completed. So this is my sketch. So before I start coloring, I create a new layer by tapping the plus icon in the layers panel. Then I drag the new layer below the sketch layer. I also reduce the opacity of the sketch layer so that I can see the colors more clearly while coloring. First, I'm going to add the color to the body of the snail. I choose Kimmy color and increase the brush size. I'm using the same brush called Jagger. So before filling the color, we need to draw the outline first. This helps keep the color inside the area. So I carefully draw along the outline like this. It's much easier to draw the sketch before adding the final colors. That's why we don't need to waste time erasing mistakes. So now outline is complete. After finish the outline, I simply drag the color into the area and fill it. Next, I'm going to color the shell. First, I chose a color and then I create a new layer. It's always better to use a new layer for each part of drawing. So I continue drawing the outline. You can also rotate the canvas if it helps you draw more comfortably. After finishing the outline, simply drag the color into the area to fill it. Next, I choose a green color for the grass. Again, I create a new layer. Then I drag this layer below the body and shell layers because the snail is sitting on the grass, so the grass layer should be underneath. Now I start drawing the outline of the grass just like before. I continue along the line of the sketch. After finishing the outline, I simply drag the color into the area to fill it. So now the basic coloring of the drawing is complete. Let's add some highlights and shading. First, I create a new layer and start to draw the eyes. Next, I add shading at the bottom of the eyes. Choose a lighter color shade and select the brush called Forester from the basic brush library. So before applying shading along the layer, you can do this by sliding the layer to the right side with 2 fingers or tapping the layer and select the alpha lock option. Then I choose a darker color to draw the inside of the circle and small white dots to make eyes look more natural. After that, I draw the outline using the darker color. Placing your finger on the screen like this, you can make a perfect oval shape. Instead of drawing the second eye again, I simply duplicate the eye layer, slide the layer to the left and tap duplicate and then move the copied eye to the other side. This saves time and keeps both eyes looking the same. Next, I start adding shading to the body of the snail. First, I lock the body layer using alpha lock. Then I choose a darker shade of the body color. So I use the same brush called Forester because it gives a soft touch to the drawing. So I add some shading at the bottom of the body like this, and also in the areas where shadow appears, like under the shell and on the tentacles. So like this, I add more shading and giving more depth like this. Then I choose a yellow color for the top of the tentacles and I add both darker and lighter shades to make them look more natural. Then I add a little more shading while adjusting the size of the brush. So add more shading side of the face and on the neck area. Finally, I choose a pinkish shade and add a small blush under the eyes. I also add some tiny white dots to make it more cute. Next, I can add a final outline. First, I make a new layer on the top of these layers. Then I select the same brush called Jagger. I choose a darker shade to draw the outline around the snail. You can Zoom in and out the canvas using 2 fingers while drawing. This helps you draw the lines more comfortably. Using the same color, I also draw the mouth and eyebrows of the snail. So now the body part of the snail is complete with shading and outlines. Now let's add shading to the shell. First lock the shell layer like we did before, then select the forester brush from the basic brush palette. I use this brush to add soft shading. Choose a lighter yellow color for the middle of the shell like this, and the purple color for the bottom. This gives a shell a vibrant, cute look. Next, create a new layer and draw lines on the shell using the same jigger brush like this. All over the shell we draw the lines along the sketch drawing. Finally, I select a new brush called Mint Brush from the basic brush library and add some shading in between the main lines of the shell. Next, I'd add some more details to the shell. I select a pencil called Lofty from the pencil library. Using this pencil, I draw soft lines in between the main lines on the shell like this. I also add some white lines in between to give more texture. Then we can add a lighter shading using the forester brush. So I choose a white shading on the top part of the shell to make it look natural. So finally I add some white dots all over the shell. This gives the shell a shiny, cute look. So now the body part and the shell of the snail are completed. Finally, let's finish the grass. First, I lock the shell layer as usual before adding shading. So I choose a light green color for the middle of the grass and darker green for the sides. This gives the grass a natural look. Then I choose a slightly different green shade and make a new layer to draw the outline, and draw the outline of the grass area like this. Also, using the same color to make the grass more lively, I draw some small blades of grasses on the surface. Finally, we can add tiny white flowers on the top of the grass to fill the area and make it look cute and complete. So I use yellow and white colors to draw the flowers like this with tiny petals. So I draw 4 tiny flowers on the surface. Let's finish the ground and add last detail. First, I create a new layer for the ground. I select a lighter brown color and use the forester brush to add colors to the ground. Then I add a dark brown in some areas to give it depth like this. Oh, one thing I missed earlier, adding spots to the snail body. So I select the tansy brush from the watercolor brush library, then go back to the body color layer and add small and bigger spots on the back of the snail like this. This adds a cute and natural look for the snail. And that's it. The snail drawing is complete in Procreate. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end of the video. I hope you had a fun drawing with me today. Subscribe to my channel to join me for more cute drawing tutorials. Thank you.